Hi, my name's Alex. I'm down here at the Texas State Bike Cave, your campus bike shop, and today I'm going to show you how to install a new tube in a bicycle wheel. So what you'll need is a tube, a bike wheel with a flat, a pump, and a tire lever. So here's our bicycle wheel with flat tire. What we're going to do is use our Texas State repair stand to fix it. So like we mentioned earlier, you're going to need a tire lever, and if you're using the repair stand, it's over here. Here it is. So what you'll want to do is work the tire lever in between the rim of the bike wheel and then the tire, and then pull this is called the bead of the tire outside of the rim, and then work the tire lever all the way around. Once that's done, you find the valve, you peel the tube back, and then you pull the flat tube out. At this point, you have to do the most important part of the procedure. You have to check to see if there's anything stuck in your tire. Be careful, because sometimes the stuff that gets stuck in there can be sharp. But you want to make sure that there's nothing stuck in your tire, because if there is, like a thorn, piece of glass, piece of wire, you're going to put a new tube in and it's immediately going to go flat, which is really unpleasant. Okay, so now that we are ready, we have the tube, the old tube out of the tire. You take your new tube, put your tire down, take your new tube and put just a little bit of air in it. And I'm going to use our Texas State bike stand to do that. Doesn't take much, just enough to give the tube some shape. Then what you'll want to do is find your valve hole, peel back the tire, and then put the valve of the new tube through the rim, and then you start working the tube that's a little inflated in to the tire. And what inflating it does is it helps keep the tire, or the tube rather, from getting stuck in between the bead of the tire and the rim, which can cause the tube to pop. Okay, so now the point we're at is the tube is in the tire, and we're ready to reinstall this side of the tire. We took off one side earlier to get it out, and now we're going to put it back on. So what I like to do is do as much of it as I can with my hands. So you see I'm working it around with my thumbs, and when it gets hard, what I do is I start to use this meaty part of my palm and just work it around. So the motion is kind of like that. You just work it around as much as you can, and at some point you'll get to a part where it's kind of hard. Now sometimes you can just work it with your hands, but let's pretend that I can't. I'm going to take it off again real quick. So if it's too hard, which sometimes it is, let's say you're struggling there, sitting there, it's too difficult to use your hands, what you can do is carefully use a tire lever and work it around. But what you want to do is be very careful not to pinch the tube in between the rim and the tire, because what that will do is it'll cause a flat. Okay, so now the point we should be at is that both sides of the tire should be inside the rim. Your tube should be entirely in the tire. And then the last piece is that if this valve isn't pulled through enough, you can just kind of pull it through. Okay, Now we're ready to start pumping. People always think they're broken. They're not. Well, it's just they're really low volume. Okay, and that's all it takes.